sold my current motorcycle and I'm on the lookout for a new one, and we were sent this Royal Enfield Bullet 500 World War II replica the other day, and we've got it for a couple of weeks and we've been riding it around today, and I've put this motorcycle on my shortlist for the reasons we'll go into on this video.
Now, I've always been really keen to ride a classic 500 or a Bullet 500, and I've never had the opportunity to ride one until now. And I can say to you now that after literally jumping off of a 1962 Triumph T120, which is an extremely characterful motorcycle, straight onto this, I can tell you this is one of my favourite bikes I've ever ridden. The amount of character this single cylinder engine has is out of this world. When you start this engine up, it's got a lovely feel to it. It's got so much character and vibrations which are sent through the bike, and they're not bad vibrations. A lot of people see vibrations as a negative thing, but this is a thing of beauty. It makes the engine feel alive and the whole bike feels like a living creature. It's like an animal that you have to tame, and it's so fun in doing so. Now, this particular bike has got an aftermarket exhaust, which not only looks fantastic, it's got the pea shooter style, but it sounds unbelievable. It's got a really nice deep tone, and this is pretty loud, this one. So this really opens it up and gives it that proper Punjabi sound. Now, this is a fantastically beautiful motorcycle, and wouldn't it be fantastic to buy one of these or win one of these for £20? And you could do that with the Classic Competition Company. If you follow the link in our description, that's important, so they know that you've come from us, and then we can get these beautiful bikes. But not only that, this is a really low odds competition, so even if you only buy one ticket, your odds are 1 in 250, so really low odds. It's £20 a ticket, and you'll get 20% off if you click our link and use the code, which is Darcy55. So it's definitely worth a crack.
What I love about this motorcycle is it's so charming, and you've got this beautiful 500cc single engine with a long stroke travel for the piston, which gives you that lovely low down grunty torque. It sounds really incredible on tick over. It's very pop, 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 pop. And it just oozes charm. It's the antithesis of the modern motorcycle. And that's why I love it so much, because modern motorcycles have become too fast, too plasticky, and too twitchy. And this is everything that isn't. And just to pop along on one of these down through the villages, and you're just going really slowly, enjoying the sound and the feeling, it just fills you with absolute pride and joy. So in my quest to find my next bike, I want something that I can feel really happy about, and when I get off of it and walk away, I turn around and look at it. And I want that sort of feeling where if I just want to nip down the road, I'll get it out the garage and use this. Whereas my previous bike, I hardly ever rode it, to be honest. And if I just needed to pop out somewhere, I would choose one of the press bikes that we had in the garage over the one I actually owned. And I don't want to have a bike like that. I want a bike that I think, oh, I love it. I just want to go out for a little ride on it. And coming to this beautiful village, which is called Cold Overton. It's a charming, charming village. A bike like this just sits here and blends in perfectly. And people literally just stopped before we were filming, said, oh, what a lovely motorcycle, what is it? And that's what you get with a bike like this. It's just a talking point, and it just makes you feel good about owning something like that.
Now, the best thing you can do if you want to help support the channel is hit subscribe and watch all of our videos if you can. And if you don't want to watch all of our videos, then don't subscribe. The other thing you can do is hit like on this video, and also leave your comments down below if you think this should be the old man's next motorcycle. Now, pretty much every single part of this bike is a stunning piece of art, really. It's absolutely beautiful. The only thing I don't like about the older Royal Enfields is the switchgear, because they use this sort of generic plastic switchgear, and it just shows you when you ride an older Royal Enfield how much development they've put into the finer details, because the switchgear on the modern bikes, and the classic 650 is a prime example, is the nicest switchgear I've ever seen on any motorcycle. The quality and the attention to detail is second to none. I keep going on about that because I can't believe how fantastic it is, because all the other brands pretty much still use plastic generic switchgear like this one. So it's nice to see where they've put development into the finer details. Now, if you're wondering about an update on my motorcycle, so am I. So I'm going to ring the dealer and find out what on earth is going on. Well, I just spoke to the dealer, and I spoke to him last week on Tuesday. It's now Wednesday the following week, so it's been over a week. It was meant to be done last Tuesday, and he said they couldn't do it, and it would be next week. So I rang today, and he seemed to be surprised that I was calling him to find out if they've started yet. But he said it's penciled in for this afternoon, but you never know, something might come in that's takes priority. I don't know what could take priority if mine's already been in there for 3 weeks. So hopefully they'll actually do the work today and tomorrow, and hopefully I'll get it back this week. But there'll be more news on that very soon, but I don't know if you can tell, it's getting on my nerves. Now, as I said earlier in the video, this is the first time I've ridden a old Bullet 500. Apart from I did ride a Bullet in India, which was from the 1990s. It was 1995, and that had a different feel to it. But this is obviously much easier to ride than that bike. That bike was quite difficult to get along with, and it still had the right hand side shifter and the left hand side rear brake, so it was a bit confusing, especially getting off the modern classic 350. But as soon as I got on this bike, I couldn't wipe the grin off of my face. I was smiling, I was laughing, it sounds incredible, I was having so much fun, and that doesn't happen very often. So this is a very rare bike for me to deliver that kind of emotion. What I love about this Bullet is that it delivers the same amount of soul and character as a motorcycle from the 1960s. It really, really is, and that's from riding them literally back to back with a 1962 Triumph. So the character is unreal, but also you get much more usability with this bike than you do with a 1960s Triumph, because those things are going to require a lot of tinkering with. They're a bit of a fiddle to start and to keep going. There's always something like not quite right, whereas this just felt easy to ride. It's easy to start, it's got an electric start, but it's also got a kick start if you want it, or if you need it, if you run out of battery. And also you've got a disc brake on the front, so the stopping power is a lot better than a classic bike. So this just gives you that classic feel and soul, but in a sort of modern way, which is just fantastic. And that is the ultimate for me. That really does get my juices flowing. And a lot of people in England, their goal when they ride a motorcycle is to go out on a Sunday when it's sunny and see how fast they can go. Right, which one of us can do 150 miles an hour? Who's going to get to the next stop as quick as you can? And that's all their goal is, how fast can I go? And they just wouldn't understand a motorcycle like this. But once you do, my God, will it make your life more enjoyable.
We're going to ride off into the sunshine and have a wonderful ride. We're also currently on the Triumph T120 from the 1960s, which is a phenomenal characterful bike. It looks beautiful, it's been completely restored. And we're going to do a comparison between that and the current day T120, although we're not, because the T120s have just been cancelled on us and we're going to get a T100. But they're so similar, we can still do the comparison because we've ridden the T120 thousands of times. So that's coming up soon, so make sure you subscribe. See you on the next video. Goodbye.